Hello, my name is Courtney Allen. I'm a product manager currently working in the civil service, and I'm recording this demo to demonstrate my project, Prompt to Page. Prompt to Page is a desktop app that turns English into working public service prototypes. So you can describe the page you want, and then it will generate valid, accessible HTML in a real life public service design system. The default is gov.uk because that's the one it started with, but I've also added NHS, I've added overlays to the MLJ, and I've recently pushed a US web design system and a neutral abstract system. And yeah, it does all this. It previews it with authentic styling, and then you can check the accessibility and then export a prototype that you can put in front of users. Two things make this different from pasting into your Claudes or your ChatGPTs or your V0s. First, everything it produces is real. Published design system, the actual components and patterns service teams build with. So what you test with users is close to what you could actually ship. Second, the AI runs entirely on this laptop, so nothing you type or generate is sent to a cloud model. Yeah, and then during beta, because we're currently in beta, 2 limited lifecycle events are on by default, but none of these contain your work and they can both be turned off in settings. So yeah, for this demo, I'm going to skip the product install and the LLM backend setup and just get straight into generating prototype pages. Obviously, because downloads take a while, but I can talk to you a little bit about the downloads. Basically, they're all open source models downloaded from a mirror link on Hugging Face. At the same time, you can also bring your own air gapped model if you wanted to, if it was compatible with Llama CCP or MLX. And you could also use integrations that we have with Olama and LM Studio and select models via that. And performance wise, everything is, I guess, shaped by the device you're using and its capabilities and the model you decide to download. So I'm going to get stuck in to chat. One thing worth noting, or one decision I note before anything, is that which design this system speaks. Gov.uk, NHS UK, MOJ, and the US Web Design Service, or the abstract version I mentioned before. Each page keeps the system as it was created. So for this demo, I'm going to use gov.uk as it's the most mature pack. And yeah, for speed, I'm going to be pasting in my prompts, and that's one, because I'm a slow typer, but two, I want to produce a series of pages that have like links that you would expect from a public service design pattern. So yeah, just pasted in the chat there. Don't know if you would have noticed there was a idle toggle here, which quickly turns to ready as soon as I started. As soon as I touched the chat box. It's also a button here that you can warm up as well. So yeah, I think on my device, well, that generation took about 12 seconds maybe. But yeah, if you have a bigger model or a less performant device, it can take longer. But it all depends on your setup. So this is a massive variable that I need to be open about. So yeah, you've seen the first page created now. So I'm going to quickly create another page and show off a little bit more of the functionality the project has. So you click this arrow up here, it expands the page list. This button also does the same, and from here you can add a new page. So I'm going to quickly call this one page 2 and drop in prompt number 2. And I think this generation should take a few more seconds than the last one because it has a few more components. So yeah, we just wait for that to load. I will move on and find the next prompt. So yeah, as I said, this is taking a little bit longer. I missed that one as well. So yeah, we'll wait for that to load. I think I can go back to this one. No, I can't. I can go back to it, but I can't do anything with it yet. So I'll have to wait to show you a little bit more of the functionality. So that was the check answers page. What I missed was the actual form page. I'm gonna have to call this page 3. Chuck in the prompt for the form page. But yeah, I think as this demonstrates, within the space of 5 minutes, you can go from having nothing to free prototyped pages, very quickly, and then you can see the value that we can add by linking these pages together and then exporting them to HTML. And then the other thing worth mentioning is that you can do accessibility checks for the checks that can be automated, and at the same time you will be given a list of tests that you should perform manually before publishing this. But that's not the intent of the project. It's just to help you get a little bit closer to pages, services that have been tested for accessibility. But I think you still need to conduct full accessibility testing if you were to take these pages forward for a service. So yeah, we just wait for this last page to load, and then what I'll do is I'll move page 3 into second position, and then from there I'll start linking the pages, and I'll also demonstrate how you can edit a section as well. So yeah, we're nearly there. One of the quirks of this is that generation can go up and down a little bit, so I don't know if you would have noticed it going from like 80% to 90% and then back down to 80%. That's just a quirk. I'm not sure how to work out that kind of kink, but yeah, anyway, I mentioned linking pages. So if you look up here in the top right, there's a button that says link pages. You click on that, you're then able to select components or buttons. So I click start now button, and I want this page to go to page 3 next. So that's done. I'll just click off that. I can move down to the next page, which is our form page. And so from here, I want users to continue to the summary page. So I'll link that to page 2. And we also have back buttons in these prototypes. So I'll link that back to the start page. And then this form page has change buttons. So I'll link these back to page 3, which is the form page. Okay, so that's all done. What else did I mention? I also mentioned the accessibility tests. So these generations found no issues. They've done all of the automated axe tests that you can do, and then it's giving you a list of 7 tests to perform by hand. So driving it via keyboard only, listening with a screen reader, zooming 400%, and narrowing to 320 pixels. And interestingly, I have come across a project that can do this automatically. So I'll try to find that and link it into the description of this video. What did I also want to do? I wanted to show you that we can edit sections. So if you click on this edit section button, again, you get similar technology to the linking pages. It basically allows you to select different components that have been generated, and the reason it does this is because these are all small models. If you wanted to just ask the model to recreate the whole page, you end up getting regressions because you're adding to what is already quite a long prompt. So my solution was to select specific components and ask to make changes to that. So if you click on a component, you can now speak directly to that component. So where we now have a confirm and submit button, I'm going to just change it to submit button. And this is why I wasn't typing earlier, because I'm a slow typer, but there we go. So yeah, that should quickly change, and yeah, just like that, we've got submit. There's a slight menu that you get here as well, so you can duplicate the component as well. You can delete it. If you select, close that, you select another one, you can move it down, and yeah, you can refine it further with AI. So last thing I will share is downloading testable prototype. So yeah, we've made what looks like a common public service journey: the start page, the form page, the check your answers page, and submit option. Now, how do you know this works? So I'm gonna download the prototype. It will export. And basically, what this does is it zips up all the files that you've been working on. So basically, 3 HTML pages or 4. And then you should be able to open this. Where is it? Here. So these are the pages, and if I click on index or start, you now have your HTML pages in the browser, and you're able to click through them and go back. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for taking the time to get through this demo. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Find me on LinkedIn, courtney.rj.allen, or you can drop me an email, courtney.rj.allen@gmail.com. If you have any questions or feedback or suggestions, I'm open to hearing them. And if you'd like some support testing this, I'm happy to jump on a call and offer all the help that I can. But yeah, thank you very much.